Good morning, Cedars Church family. Wanted to bring you a word of encouragement for today. Uh, you know, we all desire connection. I think right now a lot of us are we're grasping for it. We are looking everywhere that we can just be connected. I keep saying there's been no better time for us to be on quarantine because we actually have the ability to have Zoom chats and FaceTime, and there's so much digital connection that we can have with each other that it's been really helpful. There's been no better time for us to have to just be pulled and completely segregated from society, from each other, because we still can reach each other. Even right now, there's a Zoom chat going on upstairs and some Bible study going on. So it's important for us to have that connection. It's important for us to have community, and it's important for us to be known. You don't just want to have general community. You just don't want to just be around people. You actually want to be able to know people and to have people know you. It's what we call intimacy. And it's not a romantic kind of intimacy, although that's the whole point. When we talk about romance, we talk about intimacy. It's an opportunity to get to know each other personally. So when we become intimate with each other, it's how we get to know each other very personally. We desire an intimate connection with each other. I desire intimacy, especially with my wife, not just romantically, but personally. I want her to know me. I want her to be able to know my the ins and the outs of who I am, what makes me tick. It's that feeling of I already know what you're thinking. Um, and so this pushes me. We in our message on Sunday, we talked about Psalm 139, and we kind of touched on a little bit of that. And I want to kind of go over that for the next few days, actually. I think, but I wanted to cover the first few verses of that in Psalm 139. It's a Psalm of David. David wrote this one, and he says, "O Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. You know me. You're intimate with me. You know me to my very core. You have searched me. Do you know anyone who really truly knows everything that there is about you?" He says, "You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar." That can be scary if our thoughts aren't good, but God knows our thoughts from afar. He's in heaven, He's on His throne. He knows our thoughts. No matter where He is, and of course, He lives in us. He is by our side, and He is up in heaven. That's His omnipresence at work. But He knows my thoughts. He already knows what I'm thinking. You discern my going out and my laying down. You know when I get up and go, and you know when I go to bed. And he says, "You are familiar with all my ways." I love that word, familiar. There is something about when someone he understands you, knows how you tick. That familiarity, that intimacy that we're talking about. You're familiar with all my ways, and before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. I love that. He knows what you're going to say even before you say it. And that doesn't just mean that he knows the beginning and he knows the end. And so he already knows what you're going to say because I'm God and I just happen to know what everyone's going to say. It's he knows you and he knows your mind and he knows your ways so incredibly well. He could complete your sentence for you. And then verse 5, you hem me in behind and before. That's you come in behind me, and there's an element of protection that's going on here, but there's also this element of containment. Lord, you contain me, and you have laid your hand upon me, and it's you won't let me escape. You won't let me go away. Um, and it's not a point of cruelty. It's he's saying you're mine, and I'm holding you. I'm holding you fast. He'll even get into that in later verses. Then he says, "Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me to be able to know so much about someone. It blows our minds. To be able to know everything about us, when we get up, when we go down, what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, the way that I do this and that, the words I'm going to speak, for him to know me so intimately, so perfectly, that just blows my mind, David says. It is too wonderful for me. It is too lofty for me to attain. There is no way I could even fully understand that you know me. In fact, he's saying you know me better than I know me. Isn't it good to be known? Isn't it good that God is so intimate with you? He's not a stranger. He's not far off to the sense that he doesn't know who you are. He knows you personally. He knows you intimately, and he desires for you to know him personally and intimately. It's good to have a God that loves us like that. Well, God bless you guys. Have yourselves a great day, and remember, you are loved.